It is often said that people draw from their personal experience and current issues to create their music, and a rocky relationship filled with very high ups and downs could do just that. In my poor attempts at composing, I often draw upon poetry that I can connect with at that time in my life. It is quite evident that in composing Chanson d'amour, the popular French art song, Gabriel Fauré did just that. Typically sung by many mezzo-sopranos throughout the world, the vocal selection was published in 1882 as Fauré was traveling in London. This was during the Middle Ages of his life, a time of romantic turbulence and the peak point of his composing career. His works were often linked to the end of the Romanticism era, and this song draws upon similar stylistic ideals. The song was written at the same time as Après un rêve, another of Fauré's popular vocal works, but not nearly as difficult. It has become one of his most well-known pieces among female vocalists, and a catchy one at that. Perhaps largely due to this, he was regarded as the master of French art song. A number of articles and books have been published regarding the songs of Gabriel Fauré in their entirety, but none presents concise information relating directly to the performance and details of Chanson d'amour. However, as one looks deeply into newspapers, articles, and reviews of the time, all the scattered information can contribute to how this beautiful song was created. Gabriel Fauré was born in Paymers, France on May 12, 1845. He was the youngest with 6 older siblings, a large family by any scale. In 1849, Fauré's father was appointed as the director of École Normale. His family lived right on the school grounds, and as a child, Gabriel would sneak into the adjoining chapel to play the piano in his spare time. Here sparked the talent that would change French music forever. At the small age of 10, Fauré was accepted into elite école school in Paris, where he remained studying until 1865. In school, he specialized in religious music, composition, Renaissance polyphony, and organ studies. Fauré's works ranged from an early Romantic style, when in his early years he emulated the style of Mendelssohn, to late 19th century Romantic, and finally to a 20th century style. It has been said that his belief in God's existence and religious background influenced his song selections. He was not widely known during his lifetime, but his reputation has grown steadily since his death. The lyrics that are included in Chanson d'amour are French and written by Armand Silvestri, a French poet from Paris who Fauré frequently drew upon for his pieces of music. It is quoted that Gabriel enjoyed Silvestri's work because of their sentimental value, which this song does not seem to lack. While he did not choose the words of his music, the simplistic repetitive accompaniment explains why he is given such a grand title in the terms of the art song. The lyrics of the song are particularly poignant to the history of its creation and publishing because it was published during his courtship to Mary Freeman. It was released only months before their wedding on March 27th of 1883. Although he is said to have loved his wife, she had a bitter and difficult personality, something that is characterized throughout the lyrics of the song, i.e. rebellious one, which may be why he was originally drawn to it. His light and flowy interpretation of the song matches his romantic, desirous behavior. He later would be linked to affairs during his travels as a composer due to what seems to have been distinct, difficult differences in their relationship. The seemingly simple lines in Chanson d'amour require a sense of line and attention to detail. There are a series of motives and themes throughout, but a simple melody is what carries the main idea. The song remains in a consistent G major throughout, also often heard in F major, and has many markings which call for it to be light and quick to match the words. The basic motive in the accompaniment, as seen above, relies on a repeating arpeggio that leaves a clear and exposed melody line for the vocalist. This makes it easier for the listener to notice mistakes or imperfections in the voice. Fauré was known specifically during this time for using arpeggios in piano accompaniment, which is the entire basis of this song, as well as a lack of heavy singing and piano playing. The key areas of this piece are technically nowhere to be found because there are no evident key changes throughout the entire song. Prevalent throughout the piece is also a lot of phrasing in correspondence to text as well as words. The phrasing of the piece consists of progressive one chords that do not end in the cadences that you would expect. The whole piece has a sense of longing to it, as the phrases always end on a fourth of the G major scale or a 5/7 chord, both of which do not qualify as a cadence or as a common form of the end to a song. The order of the chords repeats through the A sections of the song. A crescendo and accelerando represent excitement, as she names all the reasons she loves this person. while the decrescendo represents a shy embarrassment. An interesting moment in the piece is every time the section A melody is sung, it is marked at a dynamic of piano. It is never sang at forte. Another intriguing moment is the interval gaps at measure 36 and 37. There is never a forte and whole note crescendo. A section that sticks out is otherwise known as the B section at measure 34. In the bass line, there is a recurring ascension of fifths and simple arpeggios. The melody relies on thirds and moving note by note with occasional large skips. The key thing that makes this song what it is are the eighth note rhythms in the melody line. The composer varies and expands on these themes through accidentals and dynamics in various places to make its simplicity complex and to correlate music with text. The overall structure of the piece goes section A modified, section B, and a repeat of section A. Furthermore, the high point or the climax of the song occurs at the end of section B, specifically measures 40 to 41 due to the pitches, dynamics, lyrics, and intensity of these measures. There is a sense of a key change as there is a significant carry through as the original sequence is repeated after we step out of the bridge, or B section of the piece, into the original theme. Perhaps the most challenging moment in the song for the vocalist, but also the most beautiful, is in measures 45 to 47. Fauré manages to create an indicator to the audience through modulation that the end of the song is nearing. He repeats the same phrase twice, only changing the traditionally B natural to a B flat the first time, then returning to the original theme the second time. The passage here translates to, "My kisses will never tire themselves out." There is an act of brilliance from Fauré here as he chooses not to end with a traditional cadence, as a sense of longing that corresponds with the words. It is complete with its meaning while being incomplete. Through songs like Chanson d'amour, Fauré single-handedly brought French chamber music to where one considered it equal or alongside the German tradition. This song is not only beautiful in how it sounds, but in what it means and how it applied to Fauré's life at the time he composed it. It is due to works like this one, although it may not be his most renowned, that Fauré continues to receive more recognition and admiration for the effect he had on music.